Hey, what's up? Ryan here with today's message about employer branding. In one of my recent videos, I kind of spit out this little equation that I have when it comes to marketing, and therefore when it comes to recruitment marketing, employer branding. It works for anything. It works with your employees, it works with your new hires, it works with everybody if you're trying to get a message across to them, right? And so it's this four-part kind of equation. Part number one is, do I know who my target is? Number two is, what is my content that I'm going to have them read that is engaging and compelling and relevant and credible? Number three is, how am I going to distribute that to get it in front of their face over and over and over, not just one time? And number four is, what's my call to action? How do I get them to engage that content? So let's go out to number one, and we're going to talk about this one because it's vitally important. When it comes to creating your unique employer value proposition, and hopefully you've heard of this at this point. If not, subscribe to my channel. I've got another video about it. But your employer value proposition is, why would people want to work for us? That's really the underlying question. Now, it might be 3 or 5 pages long. It may be segmented by why would people want to work for us as a salesperson, as a customer support person, as a product person, as an engineer, as a waiter, as whatever the case may be. But it's kind of like the Bible of content about why somebody would want to work for us, specific examples, etc., etc. Now, part of developing that causes us to look internally at our company, but where we miss it is making sure that, or where we don't look at who we want to attract. You see, that's actually more important than just us puffing up our chest and saying, what makes us great is X. A lot of times we start with culture and core values and it kind of flows downward. But if you think about how to actually, I don't know about just develop, because you may not be looking to change. If you're not going to change it, then it's really identifying that unique employer value proposition. That means talking to your employees, gathering this information about why they love working for you, breaking them into target segments and saying, okay, do we want more of this person? And if we want more of this type of person, say working moms who work part-time, then I need to assign that as my target person for my content. And all of this feedback I'm getting from my employees who are part-time working moms would be the most relevant for this target persona. Now, I might have a totally different target persona for my programmers, and those employees who are similar to them in what they do and why they do it, not in age, race, gender, color, that kind of thing. We're talking about life experience, life situation, why they are looking for work, how they show up to work, what experience they're looking for. Those people belong in that persona. And so as we start to identify these target groups, this is how we create great content and great marketing. And if you are not looking at that, then you're missing a huge chunk that goes into creating a great brand, because you're not the consumer of your brand. The HR team is not the consumer of your brand. The executive team at your company, not the consumer of your brand. While they may have strong opinions about it, while they may want to create it and want to project a certain brand, at the end of the day, the consumer of your brand, your employer brand, your unique employer value proposition, the consumer of that is the job seekers that you're trying to attract and the employees you're trying to retain. And that right there is a huge aha moment. Because what it means is that when the executive team comes to you and says, hey, what's our employer value proposition? Or most likely they'll never even ask. When you go to them and say, we need to develop an employer value proposition, don't start with their opinion, start with your employees. Talk to your employees, identify why they like working for you. Create that into a piece of content. Break it by segment into pieces of sub-content. Then go to your executive team and say, hey, here's why our teams love working for us. Do we want to amplify this or reduce it or maintain it, right? What do we want to do? That gives them the ability to give you great feedback to then adjust your employer value proposition. That's step one. Step number two, when you are talking to your managers about filling an open role or coming up with, they send you a requisition, the very first question should be, hey, that's cool. Thanks for the requisition. Now, who do you want to clone for this job? Of all the people that we got working for us or have ever had working for us, who do you wish you could have in this role? Number one. Number two, would they want to do it? because you only get to clone people who both you would want and they would want. And so that question gives you the manager getting you, it's these three people, right? Then I can go over and create my persona out of them, which gives me ideas about, well, where are they working before they came to work with us? What type of job, what type of company, what type of industry? Why were they looking for a new opportunity? What was it about our culture, our values, our job that we had open, but also our company that not just attracted them to apply, but got them to accept the offer, stick around, and enjoy working here? And that right there, knowing your persona and understanding that information about it, gives you a huge competitive advantage when it comes to employer branding and recruitment marketing. And those two, employer branding meaning how do I brand my company's employer value proposition, and recruitment marketing, how do I brand or market this one job role to this persona. And so that's today's message. When it comes to employer branding, you need to get to the point that you're not focused on the executive team or the managers or management or anything like that. While you do want their input, the core opinion that matters more than anything is your employees and your job seekers who fit in the persona that you are trying to attract and retain. Their opinion about what their challenges are, why they hate where they work today, what they're looking for in a new employer, what type of environment and work structure and culture and values they want and will maintain and keep them there. That is one of my 4 core pieces to building a talent magnet organization. Having clarity about your job seeker persona to the point that you can read their mind, to the point that you can talk in ways that gets them to go, oh my gosh, are you spying on me? How do you know that that's my challenge? How do you know that that's why I dislike where I am right now? So thanks so much for watching today. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.